Welcome to Give Me 5 minutes with Fort Smith City Director Neil Martin, where we talk about the events that happened last week and we look at what's going on this week. So let's go ahead and get after it. Give me 5. January 17th was a regular meeting. That was a voting meeting. We had a number of items on the agenda. So let's just look at the highlights. First off, we established pay rates for employees of the city of Fort Smith, including our police, which will have a 24% pay increase. This was a part of the sales tax that was approved by voters earlier in 2022. And that will raise their pay, which will put them on the same level as other law enforcement organizations around the state. So that was good news for our police, and is also good news for folks that work for the city of Fort Smith. We also had an agreement with the Frontier Metropolitan Planning Organization for the development of an active mobility, bicycle, and pedestrian master plan. This is a strategic thing for the city as we look to develop trails and other amenities around our city. So that the board approved that 7-0. We approve street overlays. I'm always excited for street overlays, which is your tax dollars at work. So it was good to see that. And, everything else, the other items on the agenda were approved. I encourage you to go to fortsmithar.gov, hover over government, and click on board of directors meeting information. There you'll be able to see everything that we voted on. You can watch it. You can see the summary of our votes. Everything was 7-0. However, there was an item that we decided to table. That was a cost share agreement with the FCRA and the city and a local developer about resurfacing Ward Avenue out in Chaffee Crossing. There seemed to be some concern for some of the directors regarding the Fort Chaffee Redevelopment Authority. So I don't know what that means. It looks like we're going to delay this to February, but it seems like there's some contention around the FCRA and some of the folks on the board of directors. So we'll have to see how that plays out, but this will be tabled until the second meeting in February. January 24th is a study session. That's this Tuesday. It'll be at the Blue Lion, 101 North 2nd Street in downtown Fort Smith. Three major items on the agenda. One is to review parking issues on Fairway, Hamlet Court. This is a street at the bottom of Fianna Hills where there is a homeowner that's complaining about parking along that street. And this street is unique because it has a side of the street that has parking in the rear, not off the street. So that's caused some concerns for that particular homeowner. But we'll be discussing that with the police and other folks around there. We'll also be talking about relinquishing a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission license for a generator that doesn't work anymore at the Lee Creek water supply facility. And then finally, and I'll be interested to see what you think about this, is there's a discussion regarding the location of new schools within the corporate boundaries of the city of Fort Smith. There is a proposal for Greenwood to put a school within the boundaries of the city of Fort Smith. I've got a lot of thoughts on that, but we'll be discussing those on Tuesday. I'd love to hear from you as we go into that meeting. That's it for this week's Give Me 5. I hope the information was informative and made you better aware of items in front of your board of directors. We will do this again next week on Give Me 5. That is it for this week's Give Me 5. I hope the information was informative and made you better aware of the items in front of your board of directors. So for this week, we'll see you.